acupuncture, different forms of dry therapies to help strengthen all his muscles. Yeah, and massage and stretching.
And so what's going on right now? Is he taking like a break?
So right now he's taking a break from the swimming, and I'm massaging him. His neck and his shoulders and his front legs are built up. He's very strong in the front, but there's also a lot of tension there. So we want to break up that tension and stretch out his joints, stretch out his front legs, and then what we'll do, slowly work our way back to his back legs and put them through passive range of motion like this to prevent atrophy and keep his joints nice and mobile. There we go.
And so Eddie can stand on his own, right? Therapy has helped him?
Yes, he has very strong abdominal muscles and paraspinal muscles. So he does do an activity called spinal walking, where he uses those deep muscles to swing his legs forward and to hold up his. The more stimulation to the nerves, the better. So another thing we do with him.
Is there any way that we could turn the
Yes. Just go over to the panel, touch it, and you should see a power switch.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem. So his tail is an extension of his spinal cord, central nervous system. So what we do is we will stimulate his tail, and that will cause his hind legs to kick. This is more of a reflex reaction. He's not consciously deciding, oh, I'm going to kick my legs. But like I said, we're stimulating his nervous system and creating this reflex, which does benefit him. It's mimicking the muscle action, and again, his joints are being flexed and extended. So those are all good things.
So I'm sorry, go ahead. So ideally, Eddie's looking for a home outside of the city.
Yes.
No,
he gets pretty stressed out
Yeah.
with all the construction and noises here in the city. He does much better outside of the city, in a home,
I think we heard. So for those who are just in Lower Manhattan, and Eddie Milo, he was getting dry therapy, and so he does exercises in the pool, and then he goes onto the treadmill as well.
Yes. So right now we're kind of working on his hind end, but in a moment I'm going to support him while he's swimming, and he'll get a nice workout in the front end as well. Okay, ready to swim? So the swimming is really good because it gets a nice range of motion and building muscle without the impact of hitting the ground. So it's a very effective but gentle exercise.
So I'll go over Eddie Milo's story again. So he used to go out and come back, go out and come back. He's a very active pup.
Yeah, down in Texas, I think.
Yeah, and so one day he went out and his family found him injured and they weren't sure what happened. They wanted to wait, and so they didn't take him to the vet, and then they couldn't afford to, so he ended up being rescued by NYC Second Chance Rescue. Sorry about that. And so Eddie is paralyzed from the waist down, but he's getting super strong through therapy, dry and his tail, and then it starts to get his back legs moving.
Yes, that's one aspect of it, and then also he uses his deep abdominal muscles and the muscles around his spine to hold up his whole body and move his hind legs forward.
He's also super active in his cart.
He is. He will jump, play fetch for hours in his cart.
And so if you're interested in donating to Eddie's care, you can see the pinned comment at the top. You can click that link and make sure in the comment you write that it's for Eddie Milo's rehab.
So
he's
handsome.
just taking a little break right now.
So handsome.
Those eyes.
Yeah. So I think he's between 1 and 2 years old.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
He's a pit lab mix.
Looking for a home outside the city.
Yes, he's a very affectionate dog. He's great with people. He's great with other dogs. We're not sure how he is with cats. That would have to be. I think he'd be fine. And he likes kids too. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
He's also looking for a home that has a decent sized backyard so he can run around, and ideally somewhere that doesn't have too many stairs.
Rest several times a day too. Hold on, buddy. You're not going yet. I'm gonna massage you some more. There you go. Let's get a nice stretch going. Oh.
Do you think he likes swimming?
I don't think he minds it. I think he prefers just to kind of stand here and get massaged.
Yeah.
But I do think he feels better afterwards. You know, this exercise releases endorphins into his body, you know, the feel-good hormone. So it's just like you feel good after you work out type of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a strong boy.
He's very.
So again, we're at Water for Dogs in Lower Manhattan with Eddie Milo, who's getting his weekly water therapy. He's in the pool right now. And so a little bit about Eddie. He used to live in Texas before New York, and he would go out a lot at his own home. He would go and come back, go and come back. He was a really active guy, and so his family was used to it. But one day he went out, and his family found him injured, and they weren't sure what happened. They didn't know if they should take him to the vet, so they waited on it, and then they couldn't really afford to take him to the vet, so he ended up being rescued by NYC Second Chance Rescue, and their website is pinned in the top comment. You can also donate to Eddie Milo's therapy and care there, but just make sure you note that it's for Eddie Milo in the comments. So Eddie's paralyzed from the waist down, but he's getting super strong through therapy, dry and water therapy. Could you tell us a little bit about what you were just doing?
Oh, so I'm doing some tail stimulation. So the tail is an extension of the spinal cord or the central nervous system. So when I stimulate his tail, it elicits kind of a reflex reaction. So he's not consciously deciding to kick his legs. It's more of a reflex, like when the doctor hits your knee with that funny little rubber hammer.
Yeah.
But he still benefits from this action by, you know, his joints get put through a range of motion, and you know, he's kicking his legs, so his muscles are being used. So the more stimulation to the nerves and muscles we can give to him, the better. And it's nice to do it through different methods. You know, we can do passive stuff, passive range of motion. This is a little bit more of an active therapy, so that he's doing it himself. We can also use electronic stimulation to stimulate those muscles. So the more methods, the better.
So Eddie's about 1.5, 2 years old.
Yes.
He's looking for a home, preferably outside of the city. He doesn't like noises that much. It's a little hard for him to get around. He's also looking for a home that has minimal stairs, and he really likes to play outside. So maybe a big backyard for him to explore. He does really good in his cart. He really loves to play. He's a super loving dog.
Yeah, he really likes other dogs too.
And kids also.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're not so sure how he is with cats yet.
So you can see I'm bringing his legs through a range of motion, but I'm doing it, so it's passive for him. It's much better to have him do it actively, but that's not always possible. So we help him. Good. Cool. Hey, let's do a circle. Here, bud. We're gonna go on the treadmill.
So could you talk a little bit about Eddie's care?
So yeah, Eddie has a cart or a wheelchair, and he is in it a lot. I believe, you know, 3 or 4 hours in the morning, and then he comes out, rests for an hour in the afternoon, and then again in the evening. So he also needs to be he can flip over in it, so he needs to be supervised the entire time he has his cart. He also needs to be expressed. His bladder and his rectum need to be expressed several times a day, which is fairly easy once you get the hang of it. Not a big deal.
So if you're interested in helping Eddie, you can see the comment that's pinned. You can click that link and make sure you write in the comments that your donation is for Eddie Milo's care. So right now we're at the water treadmill, and the water's filling up.
Fill the water up to about his shoulder level, and that makes him buoyant, helps support his weight. And then we'll turn the treadmill on, and he'll walk through the water, moving his limbs through the water, builds muscle and strength and stamina. And then I will assist him with his hind legs. But again, it's just another form of exercise to help stimulate those nerves and muscles, help keep them strong and balanced. So it's a nice low-impact exercise, but very effective. Moving his legs through the water is very dense, so it's more difficult than moving them through the air. So it's a nice exercise for these guys.
He has a nice view from this window. You can see all the action.
Yeah, he likes to check out what's going on in the lobby. The water is also 90 degrees, so it decreases the secondary muscle tension that comes from having a condition like this. It increases circulation and actually makes the tissue, it prepares the tissue for exercise. Right. Are you ready? Put this on you. hind legs don't move until it starts to stimulate his tail. And then it's really well. What are you looking at, Eddie? What are you looking at? He's very social. He always likes to be involved with what's going on. He's a very affectionate, sweet dog.
Yeah, he was giving you kisses in the pool.
Yeah.
And I got some kisses before he went in too, so.
So you can see with the tail stimulation that he can move his back legs quite well. Before, when he first came, his reflexes were not nearly as strong. So he's progressed pretty well.
How long has?
Done. I remember. It's been almost a year that
Wow.
he's been coming here. And he's definitely improved.
Yeah, you guys have seen it. Yeah.
And New York City Second Chance really provides him with a good quality of life. He comes here twice a week for therapy. It's a lot of backyard time and park time. Lots of social time with his brothers.
So if you'd like to help Eddie, you can see the pinned comment in this video. Make sure you click the link and write in the comment that you're donating for Eddie Milo's care. So we're at Water for Dogs in Lower Manhattan, and Eddie is getting his weekly water therapy. So we started off, he started off getting dry therapy, and then we started videoing him in the pool, and now he's on the treadmill. So again, if you would like to help Eddie, see the pinned comment and click the link, and make sure if you donate that you comment that's for Eddie Milo's